Hello, this video tutorial is going to review the process of registering for your Osher at JHU classes using the new online registration system. Before you get started, there are a few things that you need to have with you. You'll need your email address, the one that you have on file with Osher at JHU, and that is the email address that you receive emails from either Susan Howard or Kathy Cook at. You'll also need your password if you have logged into the registration system before. Maybe you used it to register for your spring classes. If you've ever been in before, you have been asked to create your own password, and you will need that. You'll also need your courses, either a handwritten list or a grid. I find that it is very helpful to have your selection before you go into the system and start messing around in there. And lastly, if you owe tuition this semester, you will need a credit card. If you owe tuition in order to register online, you will need a credit card. You cannot pay with a check. If you would like to pay with a check, you're going to need to either mail in your form or drop it off. If at any point during this video you need to pause, maybe you don't have everything you need, you should be able to take your cursor down to the bottom of the screen and a menu should pop up with controls for the video, play, stop, pause, etc. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that you need to do is you need to locate your internet browser on your computer. I am using Internet Explorer. You can use Google Chrome, whatever you use to search the internet. Then I have gone to the search engine that I like to use, which is google.com. And you can go there by clicking in the search bar at the very top of your screen where it says a website. You can put your cursor in there and just begin to type www.google.com. Once you get to a search engine, in the box, go ahead and type in Osher at JHU and press enter or the search icon. The very first result is our website. So go ahead and click on that link and it will redirect you to our site. This is the front page of our Osher website. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that there's a blurb about registration. And you're going to want to click this yellow button that says register online at the very bottom of the page. So put your mouse on top of that and click once, and you will be redirected to our online registration system. If you are a JHU retiree or if you receive tuition remission for any reason, you will not be able to register online and receive your discount. So you will need to register in another way. You can call the Osher office at this number for some help in how to do that. Additionally, if you are an Asbury resident and you participate in the Asbury Associate membership, you have a small discount due to being a resident at Asbury, and you will also need to register in another way. The system will not recognize your discount and will try to charge you for full Asbury Associate tuition. So if you'd like to receive your discount for being an Asbury resident, please also call or register in another way. So once you're at this place, go ahead and click search for courses by membership. Just click on the link right there at the top of the screen. Okay, and here it wants you to let them know which kind of member you are. So if you take your classes at Baltimore Columbia, you want to click the top link. This includes Vantage House. If you take classes at the Montgomery County location or at Asbury or Ingleside, you want to click the bottom link here. And I'm going to register as a Montgomery County member for this tutorial. So at this point it takes you to the next layer, and it knows that you're a Montgomery County member, but now it wants to know which kind of membership you have. So if you are an associate member at Asbury, Ingleside, or Montgomery County, you'll click the appropriate link. A majority of our members are full annual members, so I am going to register as a full member, and I'm going to click the appropriate link for me, which is the bottom one here. This brings me to a page that talks a little bit about the membership. It lets you know what's included, it tells you the cost, and you'll notice below are all the classes for the fall. Before we go ahead and start to pick our classes, if you don't know if you owe tuition this semester, I will show you how to go ahead and do that. But if you already know that you owe tuition, then you're going to want to go ahead and click here and follow the instructions to add that to your cart. I will show you how to do that, but first I want to show you how to check if you're unsure whether you owe tuition this semester or not. So what you want to do at this point is you want to click on My History, which is a link in the green box on the left-hand side of the screen. So go ahead and find My History and click that. Now it's going to ask you to log in so it can pull your information. So at this point, in order to log in, you're going to go to the left-hand side of the screen here where it says Returning. And if you have taken classes with Osher at Johns Hopkins University before, even if you have never logged into the online system, you still already have an account that we have created for you, and therefore you will log in under the returning user system. The new side over here, that is only for people who have never participated in Osher before. So you should go ahead and in the email address box, type in the email address that you have on file with Osher at JHU. And then, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you have logged into the online system before, then you have created your own password and you'll need to type that in here. If you have never been on the registration system before, then your temporary password will be your first name's first initial, your last name's first initial, and then your zip code. So I'll say that again. Your temporary password, if you have never logged on to the system before, is your first name's first initial, and then your last name's first initial, and then your zip code. So, for example, my name is Caitlin Lewis, and my temporary password was CL20833. So go ahead and type that in there if you've never been here before. If you have and you've forgotten your password, then you can go ahead and click Reset Your Password down here, and it will send you an email with steps on how to reset that, and then you should be able to come back to this exact point and enter your new password to get in there. So I'm going to enter my password here. And then you want to click this gray box below that says Log On. Okay, once you get in here, we're at History, which is where we wanted to go. And if you go ahead and you click Completed Courses, it's going to bring up anything that you have previously been registered in. So here we can see Montgomery County Campus Full Membership, and it started on January of 2016, so it looks like I paid my tuition right before the spring begun, and it ends at the end of the fall semester, so I am covered for this semester. I do not owe payment, so I will not be checking out with the membership because mine is still active. As we see, this date has not come yet. So then you want to go back and you want to click Courses by Membership now that you know if you need to pay or not. So in the green bar on the side, please click the top link, Courses by Membership, and go through those steps again. Let it know that you're a Montgomery County member, and then let the system know again that you are a full member so that it shows you the appropriate list of classes. So if you owe tuition, then you're going to need to go ahead and click Montgomery County Full Membership, and it'll take you to the page that talks about the membership. It shows you the fee amount of $570, and it asks you to review the refund policy and the terms of membership. Once you do that, go to the bottom of the screen. There is a gray button that says Enroll Yourself. Go ahead and click that button, okay? And as you'll see at the top here, it should at this point, since you're logged into your account, it should recognize who you are, and that's how it knew if you had paid or not. So you'll see here, enrolling Katie Lewis in the Montgomery County Full Membership. Just wants me to verify that that is in fact what I would like to do. I've read this refund policy, so at the bottom there's a statement that reads, I have read and understand the information, agree to the terms of membership and refund policy. I need to put my cursor directly inside the box to the left of that statement and click once. You should see a check mark that appears, and that signifies that I do agree to that statement. I've read the refund policy and I agree to it. So I'm going to save to cart and add more courses so that the system will then let me register for the classes that I'd like to take. So click the gray button that says save to cart and add more courses. And each time you add something to your cart, you should be able to see it reflected in the green menu to the left. So at this point you'll see my cart, and it says one item for $570. And so right now I have just my membership in there. So as I showed you before, from my account I see that I do not need to pay, but I am just doing this for example, if you do need to pay this semester. But please make sure that you don't add it if it's unnecessary, because you will be charged twice. So at this point, it wants you to redirect it again, let it know what kind of Montgomery County member that you are, so you can go back to the appropriate list of classes. So I'm going to click Montgomery County Campus Full Membership at the bottom. Okay, now that I have my membership, I can go ahead and I can pick my classes. So as I mentioned, I find it easier to do this piece if you already have chosen your classes. So I have my grid, and I have previously selected my classes. This view is easy for me to make sure that I'm not signing up for anything that's conflicting, or that I haven't chosen too many classes. It's easy for me to see here that I have 1.5, 2, 3.5, 4 classes, which is what I am entitled to. That is the maximum amount that I can take in one semester on the Montgomery County campus. So from here you can see that I have selected a full course load. At this time, I just want to give a quick reminder that with the Montgomery County Campus Full Membership, you cannot register for 2 classes that conflict in day and time. So for example, I could not register for International Relations with Mel Goodman on Tuesday morning from 10 to 12 and register for Best Russian Short Stories on Tuesday from 10 to 12. The only exception to this rule is if 6-week classes are back to back in the same time slot. So I would be able to take critical thinking on Wednesday morning because the class ends on October 19th. And then I would be able to follow it up with Women and the Holocaust, which doesn't begin until the following week on the 26th. So I could sign up for 2 classes that appear in the same block. That is the only way I can do that. I also would not be able to register for a 12-week class and a 6-week class that happen at the same time, because for part of the semester they would be conflicting and I can't be in 2 places at once. So I would need to pick one or the other in that situation. So now that I have my class list in front of me and I know what I would like to take, I have my my options here, and we can sort these in a few different ways, which may make it easier for you to find the classes that you would like. So on the left column here at the very top, it says course code, and if you click that, you'll notice that it sorts the classes in order numerically. So if you know the code of the course you'd like to take, maybe you know you want to take 16 FMF 441, this may be an easy way for you to view your options. If you go to the second column, at the top where it says course name, you can click that one time, and that will sort the classes alphabetically by title. So for me, that's the easiest because I have the titles of my classes, so I am going to look at my course options that way. However, you can also sort by begin date, end date, or meets. So if you click this, you would be able to look at all the Tuesday morning classes together, the Wednesday afternoon classes together. So if that's easier for you, then you might want to sort it by clicking meets at the top of the right hand column. From this view, if you've forgotten the description of a course, or maybe you didn't read about it and you see the title and you think it looks interesting, if you'd like to get some additional information about it, you can take your mouse and simply place it on top of any link, any title of a course. Do not click, but just simply place it on top of the text of the title, and it'll give you additional information in this box that hovers. So it'll let you know the tentative location for the course, it'll let you know the instructor, and it will give you the entire course description, which is a really nice feature of this website. So once you know what you'd like to take, you can go ahead and you can find your first course, and you'll simply click it, click the title of the course, and it'll take you into a page just for the course with that additional information that you could view if you hovered over the link. So here's the course description, the location, the instructor, etc. At this point, current events is the course that I want, so I'm going to click this gray button that says enroll yourself. If you decide this isn't the course you want and you want to get out of here and you want to go back to that course list, you can click courses by membership at the top of the green menu to the left hand side, and if you click that, remember it'll take you back to that second layer where you just let it know what kind of member you are, and it'll direct you back to the class list. But like I said, at this point I do want current events, so I'm going to click enroll yourself. Okay, here is where it just wants you to verify that you do in fact want it. So enrolling Katie Lewis in current events, that is correct. So I'm going to click save to cart and add more courses. Once I do that, it takes me back to the same place that I would have gone if I clicked courses by membership. So again, I just need to let it know that I'm a Montgomery County member, and then I need to direct it again. I'm a Montgomery County Campus full member, and here we are at our course list again. And at this time, you'll notice my cart says that there are now 2 items in there for $570. So that is my membership with the $570 cost, and then the first class that I added with no fee attached. So I'll go in here now and I'll find one of the other classes I wanted to take. I wanted to take writing and sharing your life story. So I found that in my list, and I just click on the title. Okay, review it. This is what I wanted to take. So I'm going to enroll myself again by clicking the gray button that says enroll yourself. I'm in my enrollment cart, and it's asking me again to just please make sure this is in fact what I want to add to my cart. At the bottom, you'll also notice that it shows me what is in my cart at this time. You can see that my Montgomery County full membership is in there, and so is my current events class. And I do in fact want to enroll in writing and sharing your life story. So I'm going to click the gray button that says Save to Cart and add more courses. And again, I need to let it know I'm a Montgomery County full member, and I'm back to my list of classes. So from this list, I want to mention that you can also sign up for your Asbury and Ingleside classes here, and those do not count towards your 4 classes that you're entitled to on the main campus. Those classes are free, and they're additional on top of your 4. Also, historically, we have asked on the paper registration form if you are interested in participating in any of the committees that we have at Osher at JHU. And you can now show us that interest online in this exact same way. If you notice at the very top here, I have a list of the 2016 committees that exist in Osher at JHU, and you can read a little bit about the description, what the committee does. And if you're interested, you'll register for it just like you do a class. Say I want to be part of the fundraising committee. I'm interested in that, so I go ahead and I click it, and here's the fundraising committee page, and I'm going to enroll myself. Just the same process as if it were a class, but it doesn't count, obviously, as one of your classes. So save to cart and add more courses. Let the system know again what kind of member you are, and I'm back to my original list. I have decided that I'm going to also take Broadway musicals, so I'm going to click the title of that class, and I'm going to click the gray button that says Enroll Yourself. And at this time, I can see that I have Broadway musicals, I have my membership, current events, writing and sharing your life story, and I've marked my interest in the fundraising committee. And at this point, I've decided that these are all the classes that I'd like for the fall, so I'm going to proceed to checkout to finish up my registration. If I had wanted to add more courses, though, I can always save to cart and add more courses, and then direct myself through that menu back to my list of classes. I am going to click this red button to proceed to checkout and finish everything off. From here, it takes me to my enrollment cart to review. At this point, it's very, very important that you make sure that these are all correct. If there's anything in your cart that you decide you don't want it, you can click delete on the left-hand side of whichever course you want to delete. And then if you wanted to add something else instead, you would just go back to the green menu on the side and click Courses by Membership to go back to that list of classes. But I have reviewed this, and these are all correct. This is everything that I was interested in. So at this point, if you do not owe tuition and you didn't put that membership in your cart, you would just confirm your courses, and you would finish off the registration process, and it would send you a confirmation email. If you do owe tuition, though, you'll just need to finish off the payment piece. Credit card information needs to be entered at the very bottom of this page. Your name, address, city, state, zip code. Once you have entered all of this information, then you want to hit the red button that says Payment Service. It usually does take a few seconds, as you saw, to load to this next page, so don't be alarmed if it does take a few seconds. You should see this page next, and what you'll do is you will pick your card type, fill in your credit card information, including your expiration date. Make sure that you have the cardholder name, all that this information is correct. Once it's entered, you're going to click this orange button to the right, which says Process. Click that one time, and as you see here, I have entered a phony credit card number just to show the process, and it tells me it's incorrect. But once you enter your credit card number and press process, it does take a few seconds again, so don't be alarmed if you're not getting your confirmation immediately. Be sure not to press process again. It's slow, but it is working, and we don't want you to get charged twice. So click it once and then let it go. Once the payment is processed, it will show you a confirmation page on that website with your courses, and you will also receive an automated email from our system to your email account with your course confirmation and your payment confirmation. So that concludes the registration process for Osher at JHU classes. If you have any problems or any questions about the process, please contact us at the Osher office. The phone number is 301-294-7048. Thank you.